And we back, and we back, and we back, and we back. Yeah, and we back, and we back. Yeah, make sure I can hit myself now. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Unphazed Podcast, the number one motivational show in the world. We're here for day 15. And we're here. It's a very special day. This may be the most important day of the podcast. And why do I say that? Solo me out for 1 second, backstage manager. This is
Yo, we'll go
important
solo.
news.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm canceling it. This is what I'm
This
canceling.
this this is important and one of the most important episodes because after all the talk, after all the days of consistent work, real deal McNeil stepped foot in a gym. As soon as he stepped foot in the gym called me, said, "Hey, you ain't gonna believe who here today. You ain't gonna believe." I said, "Who?" I'm like, "He ain't in the gym. I know he ain't in the gym." A real deal
You tap.
McNeil was in the gym today. I'm not even gonna give him applause. He deserved one. Look, he was in there walking like an old white lady, but hey, I ain't mad at him. Hey, you gotta start somewhere, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care. You gotta start somewhere. So today's a good day, man. Today's a good day. We got a good combo, man. Because I want to talk about something that e um it's kind of crazy because we were just having a conversation about this before, but like I've been watching some stuff and I think cancel culture is gone. I think we're not, I'm not gonna say completely gone, but I think we are on the end phase. Like there's three phases of it. We're on phase three of it. Like it's phasing out.
I feel
Unphased,
like
phase of
I feel. See, we first of all we're gonna cancel that. I'm I'm
what?
ca-
Don't cancel
I'm in the
that.
mood to cancel shit today. I'm canceling everything.
You don't get it.
I can't wait. I'm canceling. First of all, we need to go ahead on record. I want to cancel men in toe sandals. Let's go ahead and cancel it.
And toe
I want.
sandals.
Yeah, we're canceling it. If you have the
Jesus wore toe sandals.
toe thong, if you let that go in between your toes, the
What
little
about
strap,
Jesus?
we're
Jesus
canceling.
had toe sandals. You
Cancel
canceling
them.
Jesus?
Cancel them. First of all, Jesus had strap sandals. Let's put that out there.
Did he
Jesus,
have the
Jesus is a
straps?
thug. Jesus had Crocs on sport
I think
mode.
he
You
had
know what I'm
something in
saying?
between his toes,
Let's
though.
put that out there. Second thing
Okay.
I'm canceling. Matter of fact, we'll come back to the second thing I'm canceling because I want to cancel this damn not having the orange dyed all the way to the roots phase. We're gonna cancel that. You need to get that together. Let's
So
figure
this
that out.
this is so you tried to be funny, right? You tried to be
Secondly,
funny. No, no, no. You gotta let me go in. If you
go
gonna do
ahead,
this,
go ahead,
let
get
me
your
go in.
cancel in there. Get
So
your cancel in there.
that wasn't even a good joke because this gives it style. But you're lining this little
First
box
of
right here,
all,
like how it starts right there, and then the dreads go back there. We
first
should
of
have
all, that's a
canceled
tape.
that.
So you
Cause
canceling
look,
tapers?
cause it gets worse. You not is I see where it's trying to get to. You're gonna get to having the it's gonna start right here. You're gonna have the waves, then you're gonna have the dreads. I know what it's getting to. I didn't want to say nothing, but let's cancel that. Cut it
First of
all
all,
off.
we canceling all dudes who don't got the side of their beard. Get them canceled.
Why? What's
Cancel,
going
get them out
on?
of
The
here.
goatee? You giving up the goatee?
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna cancel on all goatees.
Oh, you tripping.
Back to my cancel list. We canceling Chick-fil-A not being open on Sundays. I'm gonna go ahead and cancel that because we definitely need chicken on Sundays.
Look, I'm starting not to like your cancellation because it has a
I'm
lot to do with
canceling.
against Jesus.
I'm
You cancel a
canceling.
lot of
And since we're on the
Jesus.
subject of Jesus, I'm canceling your damn shout church button. We're gonna go ahead and get that canceled this episode. We're gonna get
You can't cancel me because you can't cancel me. You won't cancel me. He tried to cancel me, but it can't stop me. I can't be canceled because I got the button, because I control the button, because this is my button. You can't stop this button. Hallelujah. Come on, man. You can't cancel that. Never
this is
gonna
why
stop it.
I'm canceling solos. We're gonna go
Mm.
ahead and get them out of there too.
No, you might as well cancel the backstage manager then. That's what you're doing. You're taking away their job.
We canceling all special effects. Nah, but real talk, I want to cancel this damn Texas toll road too. I was so mad going to the airport the other day. I feel
Mm.
like that's the most ridiculous thing. We need to get that
Yeah, I think
canceled.
it is crazy, honestly, because like when I was in Tulsa, I was on the tolls, right? And they have a different toll system. I probably got some
Like
fines,
turnpike system.
turnpikes. I probably got some fines in the mail coming. Haven't received them yet.
Ha!
Hopefully, I'm dodging them. But
Cancel them
if,
in advance.
look,
Cancel them.
but if I'm being honest, Dallas is terrible with that, and I don't know why. Like, or what's
Oh,
going on, if they just
facts,
need
bro.
money, or like what's going on, they're trying to build
They
more,
try to
whatever it
get you though,
is.
bro, because if you
But
think
there's
about it,
too many of them, and they're all expensive. Like, if you're gonna have
bro,
that many, they gotta be at least 10 cents.
they get
And
they
as
bro.
many as you have, you can't have one that'd be $1, then one is $3, then one 4.75,
Right.
then one. I'm like, what? This don't make sense. Cause like if I go through all these, that's a $20 trip.
I don't even want to talk about my toes right now. My toe
I'm on a
bill.
payment plan right now.
Who you telling? I'm trying to start a payment plan. It's
Yeah,
bad.
you
It's
better get it,
bad.
cause they'll get you. They'll get you.
But
They
no,
tried to get
man,
me.
that's sickening. I really hate that for real. That's probably
Yeah. What else you got on your
yeah.
list?
Not you really want to know the list. I'm just canceling. I'm canceling these deflated balloons in the background of your screen. You can go
I
ahead and
think
get
that
them.
no, I
Get
think
them out of
they're
here.
no, I think that it shows character. It's character building.
All right, character building. We're gonna cancel all characters. We canceling red flags too, by the way. I just want y'all to know, ladies out there still giving dudes red flags. You're canceled. We're canceling you and the flags because at the end
Why
of the
though?
day, there's
I
a
don't get
list.
your cancel list is terrible.
First of all,
I
there's a
need
list
actually
out
I'm
there
about to
right
add
now.
a
I'm
boom.
canceling all things that women have said are sassy from men. I'm canceling the buzzer too. I'm going ahead and get that canceled.
You know, can
But
I
no,
cancel
but
one
listen,
thing? Let me get one thing.
go ahead.
I just want to. If I had to just cancel one thing, I would cancel. I'm gonna cancel two things. I'm gonna cancel your cancel list, and then I'm
First
gonna
of all,
cancel your ability to cancel anything else because this list is terrible. It's
first
terrible.
of all, okay, before
Because
you
let's go to the
cancel
red
that,
flag. Go to the red flags. So the red flags don't even make sense. Why would you
yes, they
cancel
do.
people?
I'm
No.
canceling red flags and all the little sassy comments and remarks and ladies talking about, oh, if a man go to sleep, if your homeboy driving and whatever, and you go to sleep in the passenger seat, that's sassy. Like
Yeah.
I'm still tight about that because I'm like, damn, I can't be tired. I can't be comfortable.
This your
I
problem. Your
can't
problem.
feel safe.
No, your problem. You need to cancel social media. That's your problem. You just need to get off social
Facts. Let's
media.
go ahead
That's
and
your problem.
now we can't
Yeah.
cancel that because if we cancel social media, we wouldn't have a job right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We wouldn't have
Is
nothing to
YouTube?
do.
Would YouTube is considered social media?
Definitely consider social media.
Not really. Like you can't really message people. Like, but I guess it is
You
a
can
form of
definitely
social.
comment on the post though.
But I'm saying like direct message and stuff. But I don't know.
Had to cancel that damn top button. That shit was in.
Hmm.
But on to the real nitty gritty of this cancel culture episode, man.
Hmm.
So what canceling really is.
What is canceling?
Well, by the definition
Yeah, give
of
it to
what
me.
Google gave me,
I use Google, not
cancel,
ChatGPT.
cancel
Oh,
culture. Here, actually, I'm going to go to it because I want to make sure I don't mess this up.
go
Cancel
to it.
culture began as a form of public accountability, holding powerful people and companies responsible for harmful actions. Often manifest via social media call-outs, boycotts, or public pressures to face consequences,
Mhm.
loss of jobs, brand deals, so on and so forth. But it's evolved, and some argue it's now more about public shaming than accountability.
And one thing, let me go back. My mom said canceling gaslighting. I like that. You can't. That's one thing you can cancel. Cancel that, man. Stop gaslighting people, man. What are
And we
we doing?
canceling gas being more than $3. Let's be canceling that too.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that was a good one, mom. But I think overall, like into the real conversation of what cancel culture is, right? So we're talking about cancel culture. My first comment was that it's over. Like we're on the back end of it. And I do feel like I see a switch, and I feel like it was just something that was popular at the time, and people had the ability to do that, which is very sad in a way because you've seen people who are losing their livelihoods for something they said. And it's not even the fact that they said something, because they may have said something wrong, but it was like you're looking into things that didn't have malicious intent, and you're looking at things 10 years ago, like you didn't say
Bro,
nothing in the moment, or you just heard them say this thing now. I'm like, it's over with.
I
And
was
now you're
saying, like,
trying
how
to
do you
take
cancel
someone's
somebody?
livelihood for that?
Yeah. How do you
That
cancel
don't make
somebody
sense.
who said something? You canceling me? Like, for example, I just want to get this out of the way because this is probably one of the most disgusting cancellations that like top tier is on my list. The
Hmm.
Kevin Hart situation. We gonna go ahead and make that. You know what I'm saying? Get
Hmm.
that out the way. When they canceled Kevin Hart's, I think he was gonna host like the Oscars or the you know what I'm saying
Hmm.
Emmys or whatever it's gonna be, and they canceled him for something he did on his show from
Hmm.
a minute ago. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And these are just his beliefs. How do you cancel somebody for their beliefs? You know what I'm saying? So, and I very much felt, you know what I'm saying, like that was messed up. Like you said, the livelihood. But I applauded, you know what I'm saying, Kevin Hart for standing on that. I mean, he did, you know you know what I'm saying, make a form of apology for if it did offend anybody in any kind of way, but because he knew his intentions weren't for that. He was
Hmm.
sharing his perspective and his beliefs in a storytelling method that were
About
jokes.
his family.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I don't like that because it's like, bro, but do you, I'll go back to your statement. You feel like it's coming to the end. I feel like it's still around. It just has a different form or a different name now. You know what I'm
What's the
saying?
name?
Like people might not call it cancel culture, but it very much still is a thing because of the sensitivity level. Like you don't
Hmm.
see. Like I remember somebody was telling me, like or people were like talking about like, do you feel like they would do another Rush Hour? You know what I'm saying? If you think
Hmm.
about it, bro, Rush Hour, you know what I'm saying, would be canceled in this day and age just because of how stereotypical it is, and you know what I'm saying,
Hmm.
how hypocritically, you know what I'm saying, racist it was. But we found laughter in it. All the old comedians, you know what I'm saying, who did stand up, you know what I'm saying, everything that they were saying when it came to the form of like gay comments or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying, or
Hmm.
anti this, anti that, you know what I'm saying, sharing their own views and perspectives on things, that wouldn't fly in this day and age, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I feel like
but
it's still heavy.
and let's say this too, to caveat that, right? The whole type of like cancel culture was created in order to stop people from saying things that hurt a certain party or
Yeah,
group of people that
yeah.
were felt harmful in that way. It's like hate speech and stuff. So I understand. I actually think that movement was good in
Mhm.
some ways as well, because I think it is, especially if you're in a group or whatever it is, if you're gay, you're part of the LGBTQ community, whatever it is, like you have your own views, you have whatever it is, we should be more respectful, and
Yeah.
we should think about the way that we talk to people. If people don't like when people say different things, or like, I think it's good because you become more aware of
Mhm.
how it is. And I think the world has become a lot more aware about like, hey, saying these things, or like talking about what you call little people, or however you, just all them, all different types of groups. I think that was really big because
But
you did
now I feel like,
transition.
bro, they've used it now as like a fear tactic or a crippling tactic. Like now, people in position of, you know what I'm saying, respected opinions can't even voice their opinion to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? Ironically enough, you know what I'm saying, I even found myself doing this on the phone today at work. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
I'm on the phone and I identified the icon as, you know what I'm saying, I'm like click on the little man icon in the top right corner of your screen, and then I had to catch myself and say, or woman. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
even the guest who I was talking to found that ironically funny because it's like, you know what I'm saying, good job, way to correct yourself and at least make it apply to all people. But I'm like, I shouldn't have had to do that or even have
Hmm.
felt the fear to, you know what I'm saying, wanted to have to have done that because it's like, at the end of the day, I feel like people are now starting to use that as fear, like they're taking too much offense to stuff. Like if
Hmm.
I say it, and then now it's like you got to walk on eggshells and watch what you say, because like if I say this, I could be offending the community when ultimately I wasn't trying to attack your community. I was just sharing an opinion maybe on a specific subject. So
Yeah,
I
but
really
I,
don't, I
I
don't
I
like
do
it.
think though, like even with that though, I think it's deeper than we make it, right? Because you say like, yeah, I don't like to do that, but I think there's even a deeper conversation there, because if you think about like sexism and racism and things like that,
Mm.
those things, like say that icon, for instance, that man icon, right? Why couldn't it be a woman icon? It's
Cause it had a
because
fade. The
no, but
icon
no,
had a
no, but
fade.
no, but I'm just saying, like in instance, I don't even know what the icon is, but I'm just saying things in general,
Yeah,
like we do kind of name things based off of like, okay, what we know or
yeah,
what societal norms put on you. And there was a time where men were they run the world, you know what I
yeah.
mean? And women are in the back. So it's like having that type of ideology, knocking that out, okay, that's cool. Doing different things like that. Or if someone says, hey, yeah, I want to be called this or whatever, like I'm cool with all that. But I think, like you said, when it becomes overboard or people get upset with someone that for saying something they don't really know and they just not
Yeah.
have no malicious intent behind it, I think the problem was a lot of people were attacking people that didn't have malicious intent behind it.
Exactly, exactly,
So if you
exactly.
don't have malicious intent behind it, it's okay to correct them. Hey, man, I would like to do this. But taking somebody's livelihood, taking someone's work, taking someone's money, affecting someone's family, that's where I like put a big stop on it. But one thing that I do agree with, right? I think it was Dave Chappelle that said this too. It was like,
Hmm.
I don't even think cancel culture is real. Like, and that's why I think it's in the past now, because
Yeah.
of course it is real, but it only affects you to the certain extent that you allow it to affect you. Like if you have brand deals and you mess with all these brands, yeah, it's gonna affect you because all the brands and everything will drop you. But like if you like Dave Chappelle and everything that you do is on your own, independent, like it doesn't
Exactly.
affect you, it only allows you to affect you if you're working with other
I,
people. That was the biggest hit that I
I
didn't
like
like about
that.
it.
I like that you use Dave Chappelle because for one, super big fan, you know what I'm saying, of Dave. I like, you know what I'm saying, the fact, like you said, he does not let this, you know what I'm saying, impact him. And he doesn't have to because at the end of the day, he is his own brand, his own entity. He's not in it for the partnerships and things like that. He's in it for, you know what I'm saying? It's like he's making his own stand within a sense against it. Because as we said, it started off as a powerful movement, you know what I'm saying, like when they have like the Me Too movement and all that stuff, case may be, or even for instances like when, you know what I'm saying, you got people like the Kanye West instance, when he got dropped
Hmm.
from Yeezy, you know what I'm saying, for
Yeah.
making anti-Semitic, you know what I'm saying, comments or whatever case may be. Like, we understand that, you know what I'm saying? And yes, that's a brand deal, a partnership, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, you can't be shaming a particular group, you know what I'm saying, and then thinking that we're gonna still support it.
Yeah.
But then they started, like you said, like using it, you know what I'm saying, as like a scare tactic or a fear tactic. But then you have people like Dave Chappelle, who I commend because he can go up there and, you know what I'm saying, bring awareness to it. Like, bro, you guys are overdoing it to a degree, and
Hmm.
you're making people feel like for example, the thing he's saying is like, it's at the end of the day, be free. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
We don't want, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing to be free, be who you are, be comfortable, love who you love, whatever the case may be. It's another thing to force that down the throat of the world, you know what I'm saying? And make, you know what
Hmm.
I'm saying, us have to receive it, you know what I'm saying, when it's like we might not share. So now it's like you're trying to oppress us with your own views and opinions or whatever the case may be, and we have to just take it because everybody's scared to get canceled. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Dave Chappelle's one of the few who was like, man, forget all that. I'm gonna share the views. I'm not trying to intentionally offend anybody. I'm not coming directly at anybody. But when I say what I say, it's not with intentions to, you know what I'm saying, degrade any particular group or party. But I'm sharing a perspective of which, you know what I'm saying, it might be my own views. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think it can be like I think the hilarious thing about Dave Chappelle is that like funny is funny, right? Like regardless of what group you're in, white, black, gay, trans, whatever it is, if you do some funny stuff, there's some
It's
funny
funny.
stuff going on. It's funny, right? But I think when you do get to like hateful, and you're talking about someone in a hateful way or you're inciting something, I think that's kind of when it gets dangerous. And let me give you an amazing example, right?
Hmm.
Because I feel like cancel culture is a big thing, or not even like cancel or being able to put people in their place if they do something or say something that they shouldn't say, right?
Hmm.
So I was at Cornell. I think it was my junior year at Cornell. I'm at it's one of the best universities, Ivy League universities. We have the next recruiting class coming in. There's a video that gets leaked on social media of an incoming freshman on the football team. It was during the George Floyd and
I heard
everything.
this.
He was on there and he had a video. He was like, wait, let me get my thing ready."
Right, get the bleak.
He was on the thing and he basically, and at that time, like that was you like that was like
Can he
so
say that?
disrespectful and it was so bad, especially during that time, that yeah, the world got hold of it and basically he that cancel culture took place on him. He lost his scholarship. He lost everything. Like he couldn't go to school. Like he didn't even go to college, like whatever it may be. But I think that is a great example of like something you do affects you in the way that the whole world now knows, and it's going to affect your ability to get a job, to go to
Mhm.
school, and you could ruin your life because of it. I think that's a great example of cancel culture for something that was malicious affecting you.
Now, I love that you make that point because it just dawned on me. Cancel culture versus our rights as citizens. You feel what I'm saying? You get
Freedom of
where I'm going
speech,
with
you're
this.
saying?
I'm about to say you get where I'm going with this. At the end of the day, the is cancel culture affecting our amendments and our rights? You know what I'm saying? When does a certain culture, a certain way about things now take away from the things that, you know what I'm saying, these political parties have put into place for us to be able to, you know what I'm saying, voice our own opinions? Case
Yeah.
maybe. So I'm like,
I don't
you know
think
what I'm
we ever
saying?
had that freedom of speech though. I don't think we ever really
We
had
never
it.
really did. You're
It's
right.
free. It's freedom of speech only until a certain point.
Yeah, to a certain
Like
degree.
if you start messing with the wrong people or saying things
But
that
I feel
do,
like a lot of the amendments and laws are like that too, though. But I'm
yeah,
just saying,
100%.
in the gist of everything, you know what I'm saying? People do really have the right. Now, the consequences that, like, and again, like you said, you can say what you want to say.
Hmm.
what you say is going to have a consequence to it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you might not go to jail. They can't arrest you for it, but you will. You know what I'm saying? You lose these your sponsor deals, these partnerships, or whatever the case may be, or whatever. But again, I feel like you always gotta pay attention to the context as well. Like a lot of people take that cancel culture stuff out of context, and I reflect back on the Kevin Hart situation, but that really I feel like was taken out of context to use something that I use in a joke. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And now you're trying to use it like, oh, Kevin Hart believes like this, or he's a believer this, or he don't support this, or it could be like, bro, he never
And
once
right
said that.
as wrong as we think it is too, right? Because I don't want to get into the point where it's like, yeah, nah, like everything, like whatever he said, because maybe Kevin Hart situation is like
Yeah,
that, but there's other situations like it becomes rocky. It's like, okay, well, can I say that? Or like, oh, you can't get mad at me for saying that. So I think if you acknowledge it, like the thing with Kevin Hart situation is that he apologized and they wanted him to apologize again.
no,
And I'm
right,
like,
right,
that's
no,
where it gets to the point where it's like, okay, if you tell me, dang, okay, that was messed up, man, like you say, respectfully, I really didn't mean to harm anybody by the things I
right.
said. If that offended you in a way, I didn't really understand.
That
You know what I
wasn't
mean?
the
Now I kind of
intentions.
understand that wasn't the intention. Let's move on.
But now you're trying to control the narrative, and now you're really trying to put the emphasis. And now it's almost like one of mine continues to apologize for like one apology wasn't enough. Like, come on now. Now we're kicking a dead horse. You know what I'm saying? So whatever
Now you're
that
kicking
means.
it. Now you're kicking it. Yeah. Do you don't know what that means?
Whatever that means.
Yeah, but I think one of the cool things about it though is with cancel culture is like it is one of those things where you can understand more about these minority groups. It gives you the opportunity to be more open to have those conversations and bring more
Mhm.
light to things that were not like given light before. You know what I mean? Like I think as black people, as minorities, there's things for us as well. Like, dang, okay, we would want you to respect us in this way. No, hey, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like how that makes me feel. Or hey man, I wish we did this in the world to make it a little more even, or talk about us this way, or give us these opportunities, whatever it is. But I do think in a way like we do, like you said, it's kicking a dead horse at a certain point. And there's some things that it has affected the way that myself as an athlete, you know what I mean? There's maybe things where I record them where I say something, like I have to watch what I say.
Right.
You know what I
Now
mean?
you
I
gotta go
have to.
back and reflect on everything. Like, dang, was that
Exactly. Even on the
you?
podcast,
Yeah,
it
I'm about to say
becomes
we just
something
did it a
different
few times here.
because it's like, okay, yeah, we want to talk about something. Ah, yeah, we're gonna get canceled for that one. Like, we can't even talk about. But I think it's pretty cool because I think it's on the end skirts. Because one thing I don't really believe it's more. A lot of people are more independent now, and if you're not attached to all these brands or whatever it is, it can't really affect you because you're able to move in the way you want to move. But I think on the other end, I'm hearing a lot of people say some messed up stuff, and even back to the comedy thing, right? I think they are making a comeback. Like I think
For
that
sure.
type of humor and that type of comedy, and people are realizing, like, okay, yeah, we got through that phase, but funny is funny. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
I
I
don't
think I
care
think
what
I
it
think
is.
comedy is going to be the way to kind of like start to do away with cancel culture. You know what I'm saying? Just because, like you said, to the point, it was a certain point in time. A lot of comedians were hesitant to say what they're gonna say. I watch comedians now like Matt Rife or you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying, Ali Sadiq or you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying, Nate Jackson. Just a few of the ones I'm watching now that I like or whatever. But you can now see that comedy's getting back raw. You know what I'm saying? It's getting
Yeah.
back
Because
more
now people
more
stepping in
uncut.
and they'll say it like, oh, they'll step on the stage, they'll
They see
put dip
people
their
laughing
toe in it,
now.
people laughing. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. You know what I
Right.
mean?
You know what I'm
And I
saying?
and I and I love that because especially in the comedy space, if you can't take that away, because funny, like I said, funny is funny. Like so now, if you take that away from everyone walking on eggshells, now it's like, what are we really doing here? Like we're not even talking about the real stuff.
And one thing I did want to say too is like you know what I'm saying, to your point of is cancel culture, like I was saying earlier, because just found the information, but um again, I don't think the reason why I feel like some people feel like it is dying down some is because we're not calling it cancel culture anymore. Now some people are calling it like consequence culture. Or people are calling
Oh,
it
I haven't heard
what
that.
is it called? Like call out culture or even deplatforming. You know what I'm saying? And
I
just
haven't
those
heard
those
those.
names, again, I ain't heard of neither, but that's the reason why it seems like it's not going. But I'm like, the essence of what it is still there in my personal, you know what I'm saying, opinion. Just
Yeah, where do you
because
see it?
like
Who's the last person you've seen get canceled?
I don't know, I don't be tapped in like that.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't
Okay,
even
I
think
feel
it's
okay now. I feel what you said. You're right. You might have.
You know
I
what I
just
mean?
had an
And
opinion.
and I'm saying that because I've heard, like I've been watching some podcasts, or I've seen like some comedians, I've seen them, and they say some messed up stuff. Like I seen someone use, I'm not gonna say, actually I say it. I seen someone say the on a
Not you doing the button
podcast.
and not talking, not using the word.
See, look, you gotta mess
Get your
around with it.
buttons again.
No, but I've seen people do say things on podcasts. I'm looking around like ain't nobody with me, but
They
I'm
for
like,
sure getting
he can
canceled.
say, he can say that. Oh,
They for sure
that's
getting.
back now. But they're not getting cancer though, because it's
Not
like,
fast.
okay, what are
Because
you
I
gonna
feel like it's
do?
to the point now, and you know what? And I hate to sound like I'm contradicting myself, but it's to the point now to at least back what you were saying. It's to the point now where there are a lot of people with the same supportive views as other people, and they understand that the cancel culture has gone too far. Now people are like, man, forget canceling him because he's saying how we feel now. Now they're
Mhm,
starting to understand, like, before people would say a lot of things, like comedians or you know what I'm saying, or even in movies, they were, and it, you could understand it, and it was a great thing because you could relate to it.
mhm.
It did get to a point where it started, like when the cancel culture first arrived, and it started becoming like an ugly way because then people just thought they could just say whatever. But now people are saying what they want to say with the direction to, you know what I'm saying, get a bigger picture across, and people are starting to resonate with that. Like I have firm beliefs in that, and they have loyal fans. With cancel culture now, you know, if you can say something and you don't get canceled, it's because your fan base is loyal to you. You know what I'm saying? To a certain degree. Like again, you can't just get outlandish if you're a white, you know what I'm saying, person, just start saying the N word on all type of podcast. We're not saying nothing crazy like that, but to a point, just back to referencing Dave Chappelle, when he did that first Netflix special, and everybody's like, "Yo, Dave tripping, he's canceled for sure." And then he
Mhm.
came back and did another one, and he came back and did another one, and you seen the world support it. You know what I'm saying? And we was like there for it. We're like, bro, no, because we feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the fact that somebody's making a stand for those of us who feel like we need to walk with eggshells. Now we don't feel like we have to because there is somebody who is speaking up for us, who does still in a position of power, that has that platform to change the
Yeah,
narrative.
yeah. I think it was one of those things where it's you push cancel culture so much now. Cancel culture is at a high. Oh, everyone's getting canceled. Oh, you say, oh, watch what you say. You're
Now
gonna get
cancel
canceled.
culture.
Exactly. But now it's at the point where, like, I think cancel culture came in and did its job, in
Yeah.
my opinion. I think it came in,
Calmed everybody
people
down.
were a little getting, like, the world may have been getting a little crazy. People
Right.
just been saying stuff, but
White
it's like,
people may have
okay,
been saying the N word in a couple more years if it didn't get right.
yeah, they always gonna say the N-word. That's never gonna change.
I'm talking about in
But
the open.
it's gonna happen. It's gonna keep happening. Trust me. Um, I think the fact that we became more aware, we're like, okay, yeah, you guys don't like these groups, don't like this. We'll put a little more respect on my name for all these groups, all these
Right.
people. But okay, we all human and we all here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna chop it up, we're gonna talk however we want to. I think that's kind of coming back now too. It's like, okay, we understand. We're taking some things out. We ain't gonna say too much, but now back to the regular schedule programming. I think that's what it is.
The thing I like the most too, like I was saying a little bit earlier too, is I feel like and to the point of maybe it's calming down now, is because now we can actually, like, you know, for example, and look, I got nerves right there. Like I probably should say this, but for a small portion in time, and I really feel like the cancel culture in the transgender community was just like at an all-time high of rising. Like you really could not say anything about that particular group, or you were out of
Hmm.
there. Like it was a wrap.
Yeah,
Now it's to the point where it's like we really can, you know what I'm saying, in a respectful manner, you know what I'm saying, or as respectful as it can be, with not
yeah.
being derogatory or degrading, still begin to voice our opinions of like, hey, you know what I'm saying, this may not be cool in every setting to just, you know what I'm saying, make this be the thing, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, but I think it's also people just didn't understand. You know what I mean? So I
what you
think
mean?
when there's no understanding, like if this is a new, like I'm not saying it's a new thing. Of course, trans people have been around for a minute, but
Yeah,
it's like people are more hip to it. It's becoming more open, and people are more openly talking about it and things like that. So a lot of people are just like, oh, like what's going on? But it's like the education wasn't there, the knowledge, like it was just new. So I think a lot of people didn't know kind of
yeah,
where to go, and this group stepped up, and they're like, oh yeah, like we don't like that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And that's cool to not like that, but it's like that doesn't exclude them from you gonna get these jokes or you gonna get these, you know what I mean? Just like
Right, you can
everybody.
still get this crazy.
You know what I mean? Y'all still do some funny stuff. Just like
Right.
black people do some funny stuff. Just like short people do funny stuff. You know what I mean? Just like Asians do some funny
Did you say, wait,
stuff.
did you say Trump people?
short people.
I said Trump people. I said, who are Trump people?
No, not Trump people. He do got his people, but they funny too. You know
They
what I mean?
definitely a comedian
They
for
funny
sure.
too. So I think, yeah, I think it is cool, but I do think it's going away. And I think for the podcast sake, I think it is cool to be more open and be able to have more candid conversations about that.
Right.
Because I think for me, when it comes to any groups, I'm willing to learn. You know what I mean? I want to learn and I never want to do anything that's like, okay, spiteful to
Right.
any group or hurt anybody group. But I think a lot of people just don't know. So as we go and as we continue, it's just about okay, educating ourselves. You know what I mean?
Nah, for sure, most definitely. Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying. I think we need to get back to the simple simplicity thing, the simplicity of things. Right is right and wrong is wrong. You know when
Hmm.
something's right, you know when something's wrong. It don't have to be no, you know what I'm saying. Was that right? Was that wrong? Like, no, bro. You'll know when you know. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not that gray of an area, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to something. If you know if you're attacking a certain group of people, you know what I'm saying, versus if you're just voicing your opinion, you know what I'm saying, and respectfully if people don't like it, it's still you're still entitled to your own opinion, you know what I'm saying, and just know that every cause has a reaction, every, you know what I'm saying, situation has its consequences, and you know what I'm saying, it's just gonna be what it's gonna be. But you know what I'm saying, it's almost like let's get back to the simplicity of when you can you live with the choices you make.
Yeah, and I think it's funny because I think we had Max on here and it was on Max's episode and we were just talking about just like the trolls of the internet and
Yeah.
things like that. And a lot of it has to do just with like how big social media has gotten
Mhm.
too because those trolls are those same people that are doing the canceling.
For
Like a
sure.
lot of that is coming
For
from those
sure.
trolls. Cause like I'm not, even if I see somebody crazy, say something the craziest thing ever, my first thing is to like go comment, okay, we got to cancel this person. Let's
Right.
make a group. Let's get this person. I don't want them to ever have anything, any whatever it is. And I don't even, it's just like a effect. So it's like those people, like I was even thinking, like, who are those people that are doing the canceling? It's like people that are okay, I don't like what this person did. They have like a secret group. It's not even a secret. It's just
Right.
like
No
they
facts.
go, okay,
Certain
this
trolls have
person,
their
I
own
don't like it.
following. For real,
Yeah.
for real. Like
And
certain
it's like
trolls have
they're
their own following.
commenting. They don't got no page or nothing. They get 1,000 likes on every comment. And they just
Right.
gonna say, "Oh, I'm gonna get him. We're gonna
Because
mess him up."
respectfully though, too, like I said earlier, there are a lot of loyal fans, but they're also even with the people who disagree and how cancel culture even had arisen. There was a lot of fans who were like, bro, that's not right. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people who agree with that perspective. So, and I think that's really what it is, just perspective. What perspective the majority agree with? That determines the quote unquote cancellation of something. If the majority is like that was no, that was outlandish, that was wrong, I feel like you're getting canceled, brother. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's simple when you know you're, you know what I'm saying, attacking somebody or attacking a group. It's like, bro, you knew that was wrong. Like, come on over.
Hmm.
But it's another, you know what I'm saying, if the majority is like, well, I don't really think that was canceled. You know, it's cancelable. You know what I'm saying? Like I think he just making a light of a, you know what I'm saying, bad situation like most people used to do because laughter is the one thing we can all agree on. You know what I'm saying? If something's funny. Again, that takes me back to the whole too many people in their feelings and why cancel culture. I feel like cancel culture, like you said, it came about and did what it needed to do, but once it had did what it needed to do, it just started like this. It was this steam train. I think it became a sensitivity train. Like people was just, oh
Hmm.
no, I don't think you can say. I don't think you should say that. And everybody was in tune to their feelings. And you got even comedians now. Like for example, I know Nate Jackson's one of them.
Hmm.
His three rules. I ain't gonna hit on all the three rules. I know the third rule though is like mind your business, basically. Like this joke is not for, and he had a reason why he made this rules because ultimately it's like if I'm telling this joke and it's about a particular person or whatever the case may be, mind your business because they probably paid to be here to get that. He said I remember one time he was telling a joke about a guy. He was telling like it was a guy. He was like he was in a wheelchair. He had some type of like disability or something like that.
Hmm.
And Nate Jackson was like, I'm not going to hell. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell jokes about him. So he was telling jokes about everybody around him. And the guy in the wheelchair spoke up and was like, hey, what about me? You know what I'm saying? Like, because now you're singling him out. You know what I'm saying? Now you're shedding that light, like, oh, he can't be touched, or you know what I'm saying, like, and now he feels like an outcast or singled out, and all they want to feel like is a part of the normal society. So he's like, the guy called him out on it, and then he started telling jokes about it. The guy laughed. it made everybody around get off, you know what I'm saying, like take the stick out their butt. Everybody started laughing, but it was that one person in the crowd who got offended. It's like, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong, and thought everybody was going to be on her side. And the guy in the wheelchair spoke up and was like, shut up, bitch, because, you know what I'm saying, this is what I paid for. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at the end of the day, don't take offense to things that the people who are, you know what I'm saying, it's directed towards are not taking offense to it. I think that's that whole sensitivity and where everything kind of came from. So
Hmm.
I think it was a sensitivity thing, but I like that now we're kind of starting to calm back down. And respectfully, the reason why I think, you know what I'm saying, on a different note,
I
movies are
agree.
starting to get good again. Not even
Hmm.
just the comedy, but movies are starting to get good again because they can share some of these old stereotypical narratives, you know what I'm saying, and we can laugh about them again, or we can, you know what I'm saying, not take them with a grain of salt. I mean, is it taken with a grain of salt? No? I don't know. But
Either
we not
way,
taking it
yeah,
as personal, you know what I'm saying? And we
yeah,
just enjoying the entertainment and the element. So,
yeah. Like, what movies did you
for
feel
example,
like had that?
I think, like, for example, okay, this I think Sinners may have been the first one. You know what I'm saying? Who, what, which I
You think that was on the line?
I think
Like, they
I think there
pushed
was
the
a
line?
lot of, because think about how much positive and negative flack that movie got. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, like people were like, oh, if you're a Christian, you shouldn't be watching this movie because of X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It was like a bunch of crazy nonsense, and like people were trying to cancel that
Yeah,
movie. But it was like, bro, this movie just a good movie. It did shed a light on
yeah,
a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, that were a little bit more in depth if you read in between the lines. But bro, it's a good movie at the end of the day. But people like, no,
yeah,
like this movie's demonic and this and that. They was just doing too much. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So, but I feel like that movie would never have gotten produced in cancel culture. You know what I'm saying? Just
Mm.
because it would have been like, no, this movie's, you know what I'm saying, whatever it's gonna be. But now the film industry is even starting to get that comfortable in making movies that, you know what I'm saying, can showcase, you know what I'm saying, a more,
Push the line a little bit,
yeah, you know what I'm
push the
saying? They
needle.
can,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So yeah,
And I
exactly.
think one thing that just, even on this cancel culture topic, right? I think having the ability to build a platform or build your own thing where you can't get canceled, I
Facts.
think is the ultimate flex. You know what I mean? Because now you're building your own. I think this even, like, even the Dave Chappelle situation, building that something where it's like, I don't care, nobody can cancel me. I
It's
think
mine.
that's the ultimate goal, and I feel like should be for a lot of people, because I think for a lot of time we have relied on, hey, we need to get these brand deals, we need brands, and I think you do. It is good to build that, but I think also just for people, and I'm not want to speak because it's like I don't got the brand deals or I don't got the whatever it is, but I think just in what I'm doing, I feel like independent artists like LaRussell, he's a great example. Like, he's building his own thing, so you can't tear him down because it's his own entity. You know what I
Right.
mean? He has his own fan base. He has his own thing, and he's going to keep being him and doing what he is. So people like that, I think that build something. I
Hmm.
think that's huge. Like, the ability to build something on your own is the ultimate flex nowadays. Because if you, everyone's
For
going to come to
sure.
you. You know what I mean? So I think
Sure.
that's really dope.
Nah, most definitely great point, bro. Because now that's a real dope point. If you can get it out the mud, it's even and it just off of cancel culture a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I want to use the music industry as like an analogy. You know what I'm saying, or like a reference point for this. For like to kind of elaborate on your statement, but like, you know what I'm saying, for a long time, even people getting into, you know what I'm saying, the film industry, I mean film industry, the music industry, were joining these, you know what I'm saying, big entertainment, you know what I'm saying, production or producing groups, you know what I'm saying, and companies and partnering. But you started to see a lot more success when people are going solo and, you know what I'm saying, being independent, you know what I'm saying,
Hmm.
producers of their own music. You have more claims and more rights to it. So to your
Hmm.
point, like, you know what I'm saying, to have your own, where, you know what I'm saying, I didn't need X, Y, and Z to build this up. I built this on my own. I got it out the mud. Like that, like you said, it definitely the ultimate flex. I couldn't agree more with that for sure.
Yeah, and I think that's why, like, even to the point of the podcast, right? Like, we're trying to build something here that not only is our own, but it is something that can help others. Because I think that's the ultimate goal of the podcast, build it so big. And now we have our own thing where it's like, okay, we could bring anybody on the podcast and turn them up.
Right.
You know what I
We
mean?
want
Now we're
everybody
gonna
to feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. How you come on our pod, you get turned up real quick. Okay, you got a brand, you got to, oh yeah, come here, publicize your brand. You know, do this. We'll get you some, get your sales to your storefront. We'll get people to watch your movie. We'll get people to do that because I think
it's
that's the beauty of it as
it's
well.
crazy you say that, you know what I'm saying? Because I remember that's what got me into, you know party promotion, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And now to be able to transition those skills into something different. I remember just as a, you know what I'm saying, young, not even realizing I was an entrepreneur, but a young entrepreneur at a time, getting out of high school, throwing parties with me and my bros, you know what I'm saying? We did just that. Like we had a lot of talent in our city and we like, man, we were a group of, you know what I'm saying, just popular kids and we was like, we should just start throwing parties. And then
Yeah.
the party, we started getting like a lot of numbers and then we were like, okay, we should use this, you know what I'm saying, platform that we have now that we know people mess with us and will come to our parties. There was a lot of local artists. We would tell them like, bro, come do a song at our party, bro. We won't charge you. We'll allow you to use our party as free publicity, but send us a song. I was DJing at the time, and that was like, you know what I'm saying, a dope position in my DJ career.
Do
But
you
it was
feel
like
like was that your first like taste of entrepreneurship? Was that the first
I
entrepreneurial
would
thing
say
you
so.
did?
Yeah, I would
Wow,
definitely
that's
say so.
dope. That's
And like
dope.
I remember I'll just use the first party as an example and what it did for, you know what I'm saying, the community. So when I was you know what I'm saying, getting done with school in Colorado, we had like little cliques. And these cliques started getting like serious. Things was beefing, people was losing lives, you know
Hmm.
what I'm saying, on opposite ends of the cliques or whatever. But I remember I threw a party. It was called, we had like a whole little segment to it. But we promoted it, you know what I'm saying,
Hmm.
with entertainment
Yeah.
elements that I even see me and you using. And this party, we didn't think it was gonna be as big as it was. We just wanted to throw a party before I left to go away for college. And we ended up throwing the party and it turned out to be like 600 people came, or 500 or 600 people
Yeah.
came. We didn't charge a lot.
Wow.
We were still teenagers at the time. I think the age limit was like 16 plus, so it was like a lot of kids who were like early high school, people getting out of high school. So it was like a dope little environment. But what we did at that point in time, we had already threw a few smaller parties, but what we did at that time, I remember we made like, that was my first time making like $1,200 in just a night. Like I made
Wow.
like, I think we made like 1250 4 ways. So it was like, to be that big and to do something that great. And then the crazy thing at that party is I remember hitting two of my homeboys from rival cliques and
Hmm.
they was beefing. And I'm like, bro, like y'all booming right now in the city. Y'all got great music. Some of y'all music is diss music, so you know what I'm saying? But I would, both y'all need to perform. They came to amends. Both the gangs ironically were there. And it wasn't about beefing that night. You know what I'm saying? It was
Yeah.
like I provided a platform, turned them up, the city, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody, even on the crazy thing about it is the rival gang started dancing to the, you know what I'm saying, the music of, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it was like amazing to see people was able to go home, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the night. Like, cause like, we was very big on security. Like we hired like police officers to come do our security for us and do bad
Yeah.
and stuff. So we, you know what I'm saying, we was able to just enjoy a night, and that there let me know like, man, I can provide a platform for people to grow their brand. That's
Facts.
what I really was wanting to do it for. Then somewhere along the lines we lost sight of that and niggas started getting selfish. But
Yeah.
to be able to transition that now and have the resources and skills that I have to bring it to the platform and to hear you say that, it was kind of like, I know I'm in the right position and where I'm supposed to be. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And
Now
the
that's
fact that we
cool.
like-minded men trying to grow this brand to be just that and to
Hmm.
be our own and to make sure that we're not worried about, you can't cancel us because we didn't need you to make it here. You know what I'm saying? We don't got no major sponsors right now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Blaze and shout out to, you know what I'm saying, the local handyman and, you know what I'm saying, the people who are taking a chance on us. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, we getting this out the mud. You know what I'm saying? We putting the two creative and collaborative minds together and making
Yeah.
something that started from nothing. So
Yeah. And I think
experiences is
it's
crazy.
it's cool too. Like my first entrepreneurial journey was I used to sell fruities. Like
Come on now.
little fruity dime bags. You know
Come
what the
on now.
fruities are? You know fruities?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, little candies. Cause my grandma, she used to always have them at the
I,
crib. She used to have them in
why
a
the
pot. I'm
grannies
like,
always had
huh.
the fruities? I'm trying
She
to
I
tell you.
always they always knew how to get the discount bag of candy. She always had it. And my granny had a little store too. And I thought, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. I used to bring them. People used to love them, so I used to sell them. But then I was like, huh. I was in college. I was like, I need a little extra money. I was like, okay, I grabbed a bag from Chicago when I came. I was like, hey, send me a bag. Send me a bunch of bags. Boom, I got right. And I was going crazy in the locker room. People used to come. I used to have my locker, used to be Faye's store.
You know
You
it's
know what I mean?
crazy.
You could get one regular bag, just your regular
Come
color,
on now.
or you can get the phase mix. And that's the mix of the colors. That's 150. You know what I mean? So
Okay,
it's
come
like
on
now
now. You gotta brand it now.
you gotta have the cash, you
That's a
gotta have the
success.
cash app, take everything. You gotta let me know. And I was profitable. I was
That's
very
dope.
profitable.
That's
I was
super,
very
super.
profitable.
That's
Yeah.
they would have loved you at my school because there was only a very few kids doing that. I'm talking about high school. Like we had one kid. I think he used to. Honestly. I think he used to get whoopings. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Not
yeah.
whoopings intentional, but I'm like, he was taking his mama grocery food. Like, you know what
Oh
I'm saying? She
yeah.
brought them chips from the crib and he was bringing them chips from the house,
100%. Yeah.
selling them joints.
Trying to
But
flip them,
he had a
flipping.
little business though, and it was booming, like, cause we didn't, you know what I'm saying? That was when vending machines, you know what I'm saying, they was, you know what I'm saying, around popular, but
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, we just didn't flock to the vending machines as much, but you could do a little 1-2 with the homie, you know what I'm saying? I remember he got
Mhm.
in trouble for that joint.
Mm.
Like they said he couldn't like solicit in school.
Yeah, no, they definitely was on that in schools, in high
No,
school
in
for
fact, I was
sure.
right, but that was dope though.
For
For
sure.
sure, sure.
But yeah,
Look,
man, we
look,
had
look at
a
us. It's in our blood.
it's in our blood,
It's
man.
in the
It's in our
DNA.
blood to be. But you at Toyota now. You got a 9 to 5. Now you gave up.
Don't tell people
Gave
where I
up
work
on the
at.
entrepreneur. Yeah,
Don't
you
tell
work
people
at
where I work at.
Toyota. You work
It
at
is not
Toyota.
work.
Go catch him. Go catch
Cancel
him.
that statement because I don't work for Toyota.
No, okay, my bad. He works for
All right, I drive a
uh,
BMW.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, we appreciate it. Thank you for hopping on the episode. Amazing conversation always with Mr. Real Deal McNeil. This is day 15 of the 30-day pod. That means we halfway. That means we halfway.
One
This is
day in the
actually a big
gym,
episode. One day in the gym. Still, I see a little flabber under there.
but
See,
that's fine, my
I see
boy.
a lot. I see a lot of
I'm unfazed, yeah.